Hello everybody, I'm Mike with Omega Survival and Exploration, and I just wanted to show everybody a very short tutorial on knife maintenance and stropping your edge. I had leather sent in to me from a friend in another YouTube channel, Boosted Laser, and he had said that I could make some really good strops with some really good high quality leather that he sent in. So I've been using the leather for a while on both sides, on the rough side and the smooth. And to start, you don't need to make your own straps. You can buy them. You can buy them at Knives Ship Free. They sell the strap kit with the emulsion and the compounds. Compounds really help. Stropping is probably one of the best things you can do for a convex edge. There are other ways to sharpen, like a Ken Onion work sharp if you have a lot of grinding you have to do, but most knives, most higher end knives that have steel, like LMAX or CPM 3V, you don't need to put on a sharpener almost ever. They take a really good strop. But if you do happen to get yourself leather for making strops and you're a knife person like I am, you'll have extra leather left over from making your strops. You could just take a piece of leather, cut it about a ½ inch in width and about 8 inches long, and you fold it over about 1.5 inches, then you fold it over again, maybe about 1 inch, and then you fold it over again, leaving about a 1/4 to a ½ inch difference, and you line it up, clamp it down, and you rivet a hole through it, or pop a hole, drill a hole, however you want to do it. If you have extra Kydex screws, let's see here. If you have a lot of Kydex stuff laying around in kits like this, most of the time you have extra screws, and you just simply pop one through. I got a D-ring off of an old tool bag, and I crimped it down, and I got a strop tabby dangler. You could also probably undo that screw in the field and hold this piece in your hand and use it as a strap if you had to, for some unforeseen reason. But I have a nice big wide one here that I use for large knives. I have a quick strap here that I made from an old 5-gallon paint stirring stick. See the paint? I just glued it and clamped it on, and it works excellently. I can tell you the rough side takes a compound better, but you can use the smooth side and get a really smooth, super fine grit strap with that. If you work your knives a lot, you want to use your work sharp, try to stick with the higher grit, smoother belts on a lower setting, because you can ruin your blade edge and your tips really fast if you don't know what you're doing. So I want to re-angle my camera here, and I want to show you up close on what I use to strap my knife edges. I use the yellow rubbing compound. It's a super fine compound, and I just run it across the leather a couple of times until it's worked in. Then what you want to do is make sure the angle is perfect. The very edge of the angle is perfectly flat on a strop, and I use my fingertips. You could feel it. You just pull it through real slow and steady. And you do not want to use a lot of pressure. I'm not putting a lot of pressure at all on it right now. I'm just making sure that that edge is flat. It also is excellent for taking all the tree resin and tree saps off of a blade edge that you can easily put on there if you're trimming fat wood a lot. Let me get a piece of fat wood and actually show you what I mean. This is how I polish my blades back when I get home from the field. If you get a piece of fat wood that's really resined up really well, when you start slicing through it, you'll feel how heavy it is on your blade. See how nice that's cutting through that though? That's from a little bit of stropping I just did. I just want to get my knife gunked up. Let me see. See the edge? See how gunked up it is? I'm not going to cut the frame. I just want to move the camera over very slightly so you can see firsthand that it's the strop that's actually going to do what I'm going to show you and nothing else. Tree resins are not easy to get off of a blade. See that? Just very gently, very smooth. It's still a little gunky there. I just about got it. It's pretty much all off. Let's see how that fared out. Still could use a little work for sure. That's pretty good. So if you have to, add a little more compound. And I just like the super grit compound. I'm not sure what micron this is. I think it's in the tens of thousands. I'm not sure. But it really does a superb job. So Boosted Laser, if you're watching this, I'm pretty much making this video for you. Very light, very easy. Remember that guy, Ross, the old painter from the 80s? I try to think of him when I'm stropping a knife with a piece of leather. I gotta raise this up a little bit. I just like keeping it in a vise like this because it's a rock solid grip. Now, the main thing a strop is doing is pretty much cleaning and repolishing your edge on a microscopic level. When you cut and cut and cut with it, the teeth get all it looks like teeth on a microscopic level. It looks screwy. But when you strop it like this, it cleans the debris and re-straightens it out and repolishes the very edge of your blade. You'll get a feel for it after a while. It's pretty nice. And they have these other pieces here. I usually keep them in different field kits. If you have to in a pinch out in the field, you keep it on the rough side, and you can run your blade across the bare leather. It's not going to do as excellent of a job as it would with the compound, but nevertheless, it does work. And it works incredibly well at getting that tree resin off and repolishing your steel back up. And just a little tip, when you have metals like 1095 carbon steel that have the coating on it, if you get a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, it'll take the, I know I used to have issues cleaning all the resin out from coated blades like Tops and Essie make. And I tried so many different things, and I found that Mr. Clean Magic Eraser works wonders. I mean, eventually I stripped down my SE5 and I put it on a Ken Onion Worksharp grinder blade quite a few times, and I pulled that edge up really high. So it works as a much better performer on finer things like slicing. But even with a big knife like this, you have to make sure that that edge is on the right angle. And you'll hear it. It'll run smooth. I'm sure the mic on my camera picked up on that. I mean, it's a little different for a big knife like this. It's more of a bulldog knife. I gotta work on it a little, but you get the picture. I'm not really pressing hard on it at all. It's not what you want to do. Maybe a little better. Yep. It's a little better. But you can see the difference from when you don't strop it the right way to when you do strop it the right way. You have a different grind, like a Scandi. This is a Scandi Vex, but it's the same deal. You got to make sure it's on the right angle of the edge. Go very slow and easy. And it polishes that edge right up. And even on a flat surface of the blade, if you hold it on that flat surface straight down, it'll polish that steel right up. You see that? And get the edge so it matches. See how nice that is? It's like new, and I use my knives a lot. I really do. I use this one a real lot. I never oil them. That's my personal preference. I never had a reason to, because as soon as I get home, I run them across the strop. Most of the time I don't even use the compound because I'm not trying to sharpen it. I'm just simply trying to clean all the tree resin and debris off of the edge. It's an LT Wright GNS. I'm not pushing down on it, I'm just making sure the edge is perfectly aligned with the strop. That's all I'm doing. Sometimes you can use a piece of leather if you don't want to get oils on there. I haven't used this knife in a while, but it's pretty sharp. Needs a little work. You can see the spots where on a microscopic level it catches on the paper. Right there, it's catching a little. It could use a little work. And at the very edge. For me, the paper test is more than just showing how easy the knife goes through it. If you pull your knife ever so gently through the paper, it'll show you where the edges still need a little bit of work, like you seen where it just stopped on that piece of paper. That's showing that it needs work still. Knife. I know it's sharper than that. This piece of paper is all screwy. So you see that one could use a little. Just a little work there. But you get the picture. I have wider strops for things such as my Gransfors Bruck Small Forest Axe. I really don't sharpen this one either. It's the same deal. You just polish the edge. And get all that gunk off the edge. So I hope this video was of help to somebody. I'm Mike with Omega Survival and Exploration. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.